Picture a busy school compound on a sunny afternoon. Students are sweeping up dry leaves, gathering pencil shavings, and tossing empty water bottles into bins. It takes constant cleanup to keep a space like this running smoothly. Our own bodies work in a very similar way. Every single minute, your cells are busy turning the food you eat, like a plate of pasho and beans, into the energy you use to move and think. But that work creates invisible, liquid chemical leftovers that the body can't use. It's easy to confuse this with the solid waste we pass in the toilet, but they are actually very different. Solid waste is just food that was never absorbed. It simply passed through the middle of you. Chemical waste, however, is produced deep inside your living cells and dumped directly into your bloodstream. Removing these internal chemical leftovers is a process called excretion. It requires specialized organs that act like high-tech filters, pulling poisons out of your blood before they have a chance to do any damage. Without this constant filtering, these toxins would build up until they literally poisoned you from the inside out. To stay alive, your body needs an internal cleanup crew that never takes a break. To see this crew in action, we have to look inside your blood vessels. Your blood acts like a fast-moving river, carrying oxygen to your organs while simultaneously picking up the waste those organs produce. One of the most common wastes comes from the protein we eat. When the body breaks down protein, it leaves behind a nitrogen-based chemical called urea. If too much of this nitrogen sits in your blood, it becomes toxic. To get rid of it, the blood is pumped into two bean-shaped filters, the kidneys. Inside each kidney, the blood passes through two main zones. This dark outer layer is the cortex, where millions of microscopic filters start the cleaning. The blood then moves into these inner cone-shaped structures, the medulla, pulling out urea and salts. Once trapped, it mixes with water to form urine, gathering here in the central funnel, the pelvis. From this central funnel, urine begins a one-way trip down. It travels through two narrow muscular pipes called ureters that lead away from the kidneys. These pipes empty into the urinary bladder, a stretchy storage bag that holds the liquid until you're ready to get rid of it. When it's time, the bladder releases the urine through a final exit tube, the urethra. This entire system is a continuous, closed-loop plumbing network. Its only job is to extract that nitrogen waste and balance your water levels, making sure the blood returning to your heart is clean. But the kidneys have a partner. On a hot afternoon in a place like Kampala, your body faces a different problem: internal heat. To handle this, your body uses its largest organ, the skin, as a second filtration system. Your skin is built in two main parts. The thin outer shield is the epidermis. It's packed with melanin, the dark pigment that protects you from the sun. The real work happens in the deep layer beneath it, the dermis. Here, coiled sweat glands act like tiny pumps, pulling excess water and salt from adjacent blood vessels. The gland pushes this water up a tube, escaping through sweat pores on your skin's surface. This is where the physics of cooling kicks in. As that sweat evaporates into the air, it absorbs heat from your body. This allows your skin to pull warmth out of your blood, acting like a radiator to keep your internal temperature steady. Sweating is a brilliant dual-purpose tool. It gets rid of extra salt and water, while simultaneously making sure you don't overheat in the sun. Your lungs and liver help too, clearing out gas and old blood cells. But because these organs are essentially a collection of delicate tubes and filters, they are vulnerable to very specific threats. For example, if you don't drink enough water, the mineral salts in your urine can become too thick. Instead of flowing out, they start to stick together and harden into kidney stones, which can painfully block the entire system. There are also biological threats in the environment. In the still, fresh waters along some lake shores and swamps, tiny parasites can be found waiting in the water. These are the larvae of the bilharzia fluke. If you walk through this water barefoot, these microscopic worms can bore directly through your skin to reach your bloodstream. Once they're inside, they travel to the blood vessels around your bladder to lay eggs. This causes physical damage to the bladder walls, which is why people with bilharzia often see blood in their urine. Because the excretory system is all connected, a single parasite or a physical blockage can cause the whole cleanup process to back up, leading to serious illness. The good news is that keeping these filters healthy is mostly about simple daily choices. The most important rule is to drink plenty of clean, boiled water. This ensures your kidneys have enough liquid to wash that nitrogen waste away before it can form stones. You should also wash your body with soak every day. This clears away the dried salt and bacteria that can clog your sweat pores, which prevents itchy fungal infections like ringworm from taking hold. Be careful with what you put on your skin. Avoid chemical bleaching creams as they contain harsh ingredients that destroy the melanin in your outer skin. Without that shield, your living cells are left wide open to damage and skin cancer. Finally, don't hold your urine for long periods. Doing this stretches the muscles of the bladder and allows bacteria to sit and multiply, which is the main cause of painful urinary tract infections. Every second you're alive, these organs are working behind the scenes to keep your blood pure and your body cool. By simply staying hydrated and keeping your skin clean, you give your internal cleanup crew everything they need to keep you healthy.